Okay, collective, there's this energy of knowing you're supposed to be on like the big stage or you're supposed to be promoted, but there's also this energy of self-sabotage. And maybe you're not aware of how you're self-sabotaging, but you know you feel it, you know you're ready for it, you know you're built for it, you know you want it. But there is this holding back energy. There is this, am I ready to be seen in all my glory? Am I actually comfortable not being seen? There's a lot of like talk about, oh, fear of being seen. I don't think you have a fear of being seen. You might have a fear of being seen, being successful. And for whatever reason, there's a lot of fears attached to this. But we got to back up because I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to those who really, you might relate to like the neurodivergent label or even maybe ADHD-ish type. I'm not labeling or diagnosing anybody, trust me. But you might be able to relate to this more if that's who you feel like you kind of are. So right now we're at this crossroads, but I'm talking to people who are really comfortable being in this starting over energy, or this energy where you like to learn, figure things out, trial and error. And, sometimes you would like, oh no, I don't like learning. I don't like figuring it out. Like, it's just so like, I'd rather just know. But like a part of you actually really enjoys the process. You actually enjoy tinkering and learning and, oh, let's try this, let's try that, let's figure out how this foundation needs to be put together. Where does this puzzle piece fit? Does that sound like you? Reflect on that, because some people really don't like that, but some people actually do, but you don't really know that you like that. And so when you get to this point, let's say you start something, and I'm just trying to give you the thought process from start to finish and what we're talking about, because right now we're at this crossroads. But you're someone who really enjoys like the part where, okay, we're learning, we're building, we're growing. We started this new thing. I'm initiating. I don't quite know where it goes. And sometimes it's like, oh, I'm frustrated. But in reality, it's like, no, I kind of like this. I kind of like this grind, this hustle, this figure it out stage. And so you've been doing that for a while. And, that's been kind of fun to you. Like your nervous system likes it. And I know it sounds crazy, but you have to ask yourself, like, do I actually find enjoyment in starting from scratch and this process of like, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's figure it out. I think a lot of us, especially if we can kind of relate to the terms or topics of ADHD, neurodivergence, there's a fun element in discovery. There's actually a lot of dopamine that comes about when things are a little bit chaotic and when you don't quite understand what's going on and you get to figure it out and you get to like explore. Like that brings us a sense of fulfillment to figure those things out. That's enjoyable. Despite what you want to say, whoever I'm talking to, it's enjoyable. I know it's enjoyable for me. Like, oh yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's start from scratch and figure it out. Which is, maybe you'll know this if you start a lot of things but you don't complete it. So, and I know it's like, what does this got to do with like sabotaging? Wait, we'll get there. Maybe you start a lot of things and don't finish it, but because there's a thrill in the start, and the thrill dies off once it's like, oh, okay, I know what I'm doing. Oh, this is too easy. If you were somebody in school where it's like you got bored when the math was too easy and so you had to be put in advanced classes because it needed to be more of a challenge, that's what I'm talking to, basically. And that same pattern filters into daily life when you're starting a new business or a new endeavor or a new project where it's like, okay, it was hard and it was fun in the beginning, but then it gets too easy and it gets to like, oh, I got this. And then that dopamine dies off and now I'm just sitting here like, well, let's start something new. That's who I'm talking to. That can be tough because it can appear like that's a good thing, but in reality, that's where the sabotaging can come in and really stall our progress or really make us abandon the progress we made for the sake of excitement, right? So we did all this, we learned, we grew, blah, 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 and we get to this kind of plateau for whatever reason where either things feel boring, things feel too easy, simple, or you're almost in this energy of flow where all you have to do, like you don't have to figure anything out anymore. It's like, okay, well, I know what I'm doing. I got this. It's like student almost becomes teacher, but you're at this crossroad, right? Where you're not quite embodying like the top dog creme de la creme execution, but you're still like you can, but you're not. But you know you're not a beginner anymore. So you're kind of in this middle point. So like I said, we did all this growing, learning. This was fun. Execution. Oh, dopamine. Then we get to a spot where it's kind of flatline. Either your energy is flatlined, or like the results are kind of flatlined, or there's not really anything happening. It's kind of boring. It's like, let me start again. I'd rather go back down on my roller coaster. And so we know, though, you know that you're meant for more than just the learner stage, the stage where you're the student, the stage where you're behind the stage, where you're in the background, where nobody's calling on you, asking you for anything. Oh, you're either like, I'm cool being back here behind the scenes. I'm cool with nobody asking me nothing. I'm cool with nobody demanding anything from me. I like being in this learner energy. I like figuring out the puzzle pieces. But at the same time, yes, it's like right now that's dopamine, that feels good, but you know that you want more than that. You want the life where, oh, I'm shining, I'm on stage, you belong there, and you know you belong there, and you know you're equipped for there, but for some reason you're not allowing yourself to choose that, right? For some reason we're at this crossroad where we keep choosing to go back, or we keep choosing to sabotage, even if we don't know it or not, but we're doing things that are either slowing down our growth, or we are abandoning what we're doing altogether. And that can look like, okay, well, this is going well. I'm good here. Let me add some other things to my plate to make my life way harder, because I want the chaos. I want to make this hard for some reason. Or you start questioning yourself and you're like, oh, am I really ready to execute this? Do I really know what I got going on? And you start getting in your head like, oh no, I want to stay the student. I want to stay over here. Oh, la la la. Right? Okay. So there could be different ways we sabotage, but that's up to you to determine, like, how do you sabotage yourself? For me, it is, oh, this is so boring. Let me add more things to my plate so that I'm not giving my all to this thing that is already going well. This thing is too easy. I need to add more excitement to my life. I like a little bit of chaos. And so I stopped doing the thing that I was growing and becoming consistent in. Oh yeah, I want to become consistent. Now I'm consistent. Now it's like, oh, this is boring. Oh, let me add something to my plate to make my life harder. Even though the thing I want up here is ease, is flow, is luxury, is abundance. But I won't get to that stage if I keep allowing myself to get to this plateau, and I keep allowing myself to go back down. So that's for somebody. Not for everybody, because some people ain't even done the work, the student part, and want to be the teacher. It's like, no, I'm not talking to them, not talking to y'all. So where are we at right now? Sabotaging, the point where you can sabotage and start over again. And right now we're addressing, how do I sabotage and how do I stop? How do I allow myself to jump to that next level and be consistent in that, whether it is addressing our nervous system and do we want chaos, or are we going to allow ourselves to be in the flow and in the ease, and all we have to do is just keep executing and we can embody the next thing? Is it we're scared of coming across like the bee's knees, and people want to humble us when we get to the top, and people got something to say and they're bullying you for executing and being and shining? There's a lot of fear around that too, where how people start to act jealous and be a certain type of way when you're at the top. There's a lot of reasons why we either choose to go back down, or choose to sabotage, or choose to not go up. And so we're sitting here. And usually if we're sitting here, the more likely thing that's going to happen is, I know I'm using my hands a lot because this is the plateau in the middle where we're at the crossroads. A lot of times if we can't fully choose the top, we will naturally sabotage back down to the bottom. Okay. And I'm asking you to reflect right now, right? And figure out, am I sabotaging? Most likely yes, if you're drawn to this message. Why am I sabotaging? What does sabotage look like to me? And why am I not choosing this next thing? Is it because my energy feels comfortable down here? Do I like being a student? Is it because this is too boring for me? It's not exciting enough to just be in this flow that I don't want to keep going in this? It's not it's fun for me to keep executing and then make my way to the top. Whatever reason, you have to figure that out. I would just ask yourself those questions. Am I sabotaging the next level? by wanting to go backwards? Am I sabotaging the next level because I'm fearful? Do I have a fear of commitment? Do I have avoidant attachment? Do I have anxious attachment? What is it that's not allowing me to fully step into this light, to fully step on the stage that I know I belong in? Here's the thing, you want to be up here. That will be way more fulfilling, but you're allowing the fulfillment of starting over and the dopamine of starting over to like overrule this high that you actually really want. This is for people who actually do want to be up here. Yeah, I'm getting hot. You already know. Okay. So it's like we're self-sabotaging like the promotion energy, you're second guessing greatness. It could be whatever. But there's a comfort zone down here that keeps tricking you out of your growth. And I wrote these things down, but you're at a crossroads. Let me see what else I have to say before I go to the song, because I got a song yesterday that was like, what is this? And this is related. I'm going to have to pause real quick so I can pull up the song. Hold on. Okay. So at this point, there is a choice that has to be made where even though it's comfortable to be kind of in this background energy, in this comfort zone, in this starting over energy, whatever that is, that that's not where you should stay or where you belong forever. And so it's naturally in you to want to shine, to be on stage. Like you have the charisma, you have the communication style, you have the looks, it's whatever. But it's a choice that you're going to have to make to choose to almost be brave. And so the song that I have is called Bravado by Lorde. You don't have to go listen to it, but I like the song anyways. And that came to me last night. And so one of the first lyrics is, I was raised up to be admired, to be noticed. I was raised up to be admired and to be noticed. Like you already know, like you naturally embody spotlight energy, right? It says, but when you're withdrawn, it's the closest thing to assault when all eyes are on you. So meaning like when people look at you, it can feel way more fearful, even though you were raised to be admired. So there's this tug of war internally where you know who you are and like the energy you carry. You carry natural stage spotlight energy, but also there's such a intense fear of embodying that, not being on the stage necessarily, but like the aura that you carry when you are like, when that people can say like, oh, you're arrogant, you need to humble yourself. It's like you don't even want to be addressed like that. You don't want to come across like that. So I would rather be humble and stay quiet and stay student, stay in that, oh, I don't know what I'm doing energy. Oh, I'm just a volunteer. Oh, I don't know the answers, even though you know the answers, even though you 100% know, even though you're 100% good, even though you're fantastic and you should be dancing on that stage and you should be speaking on your TED Talks in front of millions of people. Like you already know, but like embodying that energy is not something that's usually applauded, right? It's usually criticized. So how do we get okay with choosing to be in this bravado, which the song's called Bravado? And it's so scary when all eyes are on you, because what are people going to say when I'm naturally just like, but like you're the person that needs to be in that, because there's so many people who shouldn't be in that, but they're acting like, oh yeah, I'm the bee's knees, I deserve to be here, when they shouldn't. But that's neither here nor there for us to judge. But then there's people like you who have done all the work, who know who you are, who's actually pretty humble still, and you won't let the spotlight get to your head. You're the person that's supposed to be in the spotlight, but you're sabotaging. What? Right? Okay, so this is about choosing. She said, but I can take it from here. I'll find my own bravado. It's a switch flipped. It's a pill tip back. It's a moon eclipse. And I can tell you that when the lights come on, I'll be ready for this. It's in your bloodstream, a collision of atoms that happens before your eyes, blah, 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 blah. Then she says, I was frightened of every little thing that I thought was out to get me down, to trip me up and laugh at me. But I learned not to want the quiet of the room with no one around to find me out. First of all, she knows what, when you turn it on, it's on. Like, suddenly when you own it and you go out there, it's almost like when you have all this fear of going on stage, but when you go on stage, you're on. You know you can do that because you've done it before. You know when you turn the camera on, you're that girl. Even though all this fear around, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't act like that, maybe I shouldn't be like that, but you know you can embody it. But you got to get used to choosing that energy all the time to get you to that next level, or to go ahead and embody what that next level looks like, instead of like, oh, I'm just gonna be the quiet one in the corner, letting life pass me by. Nobody's ever gonna call on me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll just be right here. Matter of fact, let me just start over. Let me go ahead and be a beginner somewhere else. Let me add more to my plate so I can't execute this to my fullest. But when the lights come on, you'll be ready for it. It's in your bloodstream. Like, you feel that spark, and it's like, oh, I'm here. Oh, suddenly, you'll get a car. You're Oprah on stage. I don't know how that came up. But you were frightened of every little thing that I was frightened of every little thing that I thought was out to get me down, to trip me up and laugh at me. But anyways, it says, I learned not to want the quiet of the room with no one around to find me out. And then it says, I want the applause, the approval, the things that make me go, oh. I want the applause, the approval. A lot of you want the applause and the approval. You want to be there. You want the what's it called? Encore, the standing ovation. And that's okay to want. That doesn't make you bad. That doesn't make you vanity. It doesn't make you like, I don't know the word right now. But like, you want that desire because you can handle it. And you should go get it. Instead of choosing the humble, quiet corner where nobody's really looking at you, addressing you, want anything from you. You want the applause, the approval. You want to be on stage. You want the spotlight, and you should want the spotlight. You got it. You can do it. You know you can do it. It's just about embodying that more often and not being afraid of people picking at you, bullying you, telling you to boo, get off the stage, making she thinks she all that in a bag of chips. And do that bravado. Do I need to go tell y'all what bravado means? I know I'm like taking a long time on this, but that's okay. Bravado means bold, confident, or defiant. Often as a show to impress others. And I know that can feel a little icky. And I want to be careful about like just not being like chauvinistic or like ridiculously ridiculous. I think you know what I mean. There's a balance with everything. But that bold and confident energy, you're being asked to step into that a little bit more. Commit to it. Don't worry about the fear of being seen, being successful, and all those good things. The other song that came through was Applause by Lady Gaga. Basically, I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause. Live for the applause, applause. Live for the way that you cheer and scream for me. The applause, applause, applause. Right? Give me the thing that I love. Turn the lights on. Something like that. I think we're trying to hesitate being in that energy and wanting that energy, even though you know you want it deep down in your soul. Allow that, and allow that energy of boldness and confidence to show and shine through, so we don't stay right here at this plateau, at this crossroads, so we don't make ourselves go backwards into this starting over energy, into this minimal, I'm just a beginner, I'm nobody, let me start something else and add something more to my plate. Let me completely abandon this thing that I've been working for months on. Oh, wait, this ain't for me. Oh, I know I don't got it. Let me go start something else. You're letting that energy, that comfort zone, even that chaos, that dopamine, you're letting that override the ultimate desire and fulfillment, the ultimate dopamine of being in the spotlight, being the bee's knees, being the teacher. If we're talking about student versus teacher, we're a little bit more scared to be in this energy, this bravado energy, this I'm the captain now energy, this I am who I am, I'm that girl, I'm that guy energy. You're not really wanting to embody that one. A little bit more scary, right? It's almost a little too easy, too calm too. If you're used to chaos, but this is easy. All you got to do is continue and commit, and it's easy, and you're in the flow, and you're doing your thing, and hey, and you're getting the applause every night on the stage. You're not wanting yourself to experience that too much, but we're going to be down here because this is fun, and this is something I'm used to. I'm used to the starting over energy. So you're at a crossroads. Where are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to step into your bravado and step into that spotlight energy and want the applause, and let yourself want the applause? Let yourself keep it easy. I'm rambling, y'all. This was hard to explain. That's why I'm hot too. Stop sabotaging is ultimately it. Start choosing the center stage with bravado. That's it. That's the message. I don't want to keep making this going around in loops and circles and over explaining myself, because I think that's a part of my sabotage as well, where I want to make sure I'm so clear, because you know what I'm saying. Anyway. Trying to think of anything else. Can you see how hot I am? I'm starting to sweat. Oh my gosh. Anything else I want to talk about? Is that bravado. Don't trick yourself out of what you really want. Check your patterning of how do I start something, and instead of seeing it all the way through to ultimate fulfillment, like the top of the top, like the best of the best, how do I slow it down? How do I sabotage it all together? Do I abandon the thing that I actually want, and why? If you need to write those questions down and allow those answers to come, I think that's what you need to do, because like I'm saying, there's a lot of different examples. There's a lot of different ways we sabotage, and a lot of different reasons why we want to choose the lower, more, dopamine or the quick highs from down here, but we don't want to commit to the higher level, more fulfilling, more sustainable, cross the finish line, applause. The light is shining on me. We're uncomfortable with that, but that's what we want. Well, what's stopping you from going from here to leaping up? Is it an energy you embody? I think that's what it starts with. Are you going to allow yourself to embody the energy of that charisma? Are you going to worry about what other people say and think and feel about you shining? Are you going to let that fear keep you quiet, keep you in the room, in the corner? Or are you going to boss up and I can answer your question. What is it that you need? Oh, yes, I'm here. I'm right here. I'm giving you a show. Whether this is creative, no. I'm not going to humble my art and say, oh, this ain't that great. Oh, I'm still a beginner. Oh, you don't want to buy this. And no, look how good this is. Look at my great writing. Look at my great art piece. Listen to my music. Oh, my music is so awesome. Matter of fact, you didn't got to listen to it. I already know it's good. I already know it's fantastic. It's phenomenal. And I'm moving in that energy of boldness. And it feels cocky and arrogant, but that's what people will tell you. Yo, you're being too arrogant. You're being too cocky. Some people are, but that's not who I'm talking to. Okay. Anyway, still rambling. I'll see y'all. Bye.